Today we're going to react to an ESPN show analyzing the NFL playoff games, highlighting Sean Hanks' crushing victory, as well as the wild game between the Broncos and Bills. It's that kind of playoff night that mixes total domination on one side and absolute drama on the other. But first, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This motivates me to bring you more videos.
Listen, it's been an unbelievable postseason so far. This was not one.
No, this was not it
for the record
at all.
books. All right, let's show you what the highlight looks like. Regardless, Sam Darnold, he had an oblique injury in the middle of the week. They weren't sure how he was going to be. He was fine. Doug Baldwin in the house. Seahawk great from yesteryear. Opening kickoff, Rashid Shaheed. Seahawks picked him up at the trade deadline for plays like this, and he just explodes. The kicker tries to trip him.
That's all he could do.
Didn't work.
Didn't do that.
Yeah, that was the flag. 95-yard kickoff return for the Seahawks. Longest playoff touchdown in franchise history. Kyle Shanahan not thrilled at the start. So Seahawks up 7-0. Brock Purdy for Jake Tonjes over the middle. Makes the catch and then just has it ripped away. And Julian Love has it. And the route is on. Seahawks get the ball in Niners territory, and they go right back to work. Darnold for JSN. Jackson Smith and Jigba, the NFL leader in catches and receiving yards this season. A little 4-yarder there. So the Seahawks extend the lead to 17-0 as JSN gets both feet down. Late second quarter, Seahawks up 17-6 now. You figure the Niners got a little something going, and then Kenneth Walker III running over guys makes it 24-6 at halftime. Third quarter, 49ers forced to go for it on 4th and 2. Purdy drops back, and here comes Leonard Williams all over him. Seahawks kick the field goal from there. It's 27-6. Late third, Zach Charbonnet got hurt in the first half, so Walker doing all the work. 116 yards rushing in this one. He's over to make it 34-6. Do we need any more? Probably not, but here comes K9 Walker going over for the touchdown. Third of the day. And the final 41-6. That ties its largest win in franchise postseason history. Their other 35-point win, interestingly enough, came against the Broncos in Super Bowl 48. We'll have more on Denver later. Lindsey Theory is with Leonard Williams. That's new on SportsCenter.
Leonard, multiple stops on 4th down, multiple turnovers for your defense. How did you guys get to the Niners tonight?
I mean, honestly, I think we just have so much trust and belief in one another. We've been really holding down the title of the dark side this year. And what a better way to do it right now in a primetime game in the playoffs against a great team. Defense really showed out today.
There were a lot of questions about Sam Darnold coming into this and his health. What did you see from your quarterback?
I mean, what I've seen from my team, first of all, is no blinking. I think as soon as we found that out about Sam, everybody was trusting in the next man up. Drew, it's been like that all season long. Guys have been stepping up in positions all year, and we are obviously happy to have Sam out there today, and he executed well.
Rashid Shaheed starts this game off with a kickoff return for a touchdown. What kind of tone did that set?
I mean, it's crazy. I told him right before the play, go set the tone. And that really lit up the stadium. It set the tone of the whole game. And, I mean, lucky to have that guy on our team.
You guys worked to get home field advantage. What did this home field advantage bring for you tonight?
I mean, the fans showed up great. The 12 show out every time we're home. And, I mean, it's an amazing feeling to have home field advantage in the playoffs. And, I mean, it feels incredible in here right now.
What does it mean to you to play for the NFC Championship?
It feels amazing. We're only one game away from the Super Bowl. We take it one day at a time, though. I think that's the blessing of our team. That's what's been getting us to this point. And we're going to go back on Monday and keep dialing up.
Leonard, congratulations.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, Damien Woody joins us now here. And Wood, look, the Niners took a shot to the dome with that opening kickoff return. That's okay. So they're already down. But like whatever response maybe they thought they were going to have, it felt like Seattle didn't allow them to have it. They jumped on them early and they stayed on them the whole game.
49ers walked into a buzzsaw.
Yeah.
You know, listen, go back to Week 18 on the road for the opportunity to play for the number 1 seed.
Yep.
And we saw a glimpse of how the Seattle Seahawks team was going to play. And then you fast forward a couple weeks later where a team in the Seattle Seahawks, when you have the number 1 seed, that's the advantage. Yeah. You get rest, you get opportunity to game plan, and you're going up against a beaten and battered 49ers team. Yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, the 49ers, there was a great coaching job by Kyle Shanahan, but they ran out of bodies. They ran out of bodies, they ran out of steam, and they ran up against a team that is one of the best teams in the National Football League, maybe the best team in the National Football League. I was hoping
you were going to qualify that as one of the best, because they might be the team right now. It's sort of, they had the best point differential in the regular season. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The 49ers, last 8 quarters against the Seahawks team, they've managed 10 points total. Yes. It's just really impressive the way the Seahawks have done this. Any sort of wrinkles or problems you see with this Seattle team right now? They did lose Zach Sharpe today. Don't know his status going into next week. I think the biggest thing that you see from the Seattle Seahawks team over the last few weeks towards the end of the season is their ability to run the football. They've been able to, this running game of the Seahawks has really been cranking up, and that plays into exactly what they want to do offensively. They want to be a team that runs it and then play action pass off of that. They weren't doing that early on in the season. For most of the season, their running game was kind of up and down. But now, as of late, they've really been cranking up the heat on this running game. And it takes pressure off of Sam Darnold. Yeah. That's what you've really been seeing with this running game kind of taking a stranglehold of late. It's not all that pressure on Sam Darnold. He's able to play, error-free football. And when you combine that with the way they play defense, good luck with the Seattle Seahawks. Well, speaking of Sam Darnold, obviously we heard Lindsey Theory bring that up. There was concern because he had that oblique injury and he was actually questionable coming into this game, but he threw for 124 yards, 1 touchdown. Granted, he didn't have to do too much in this game. So that's the good news for the Seahawks in terms of jumping out early. But as far as his concern going forward with his condition, you say what? Bro, you going to the NFC Championship game. I worry about injuries in the offseason. Okay. I don't care. Whatever you got to do, you do it at this juncture in the season. So, listen, I'm pretty sure that Sam is hurt just like every other player at this time of year. Everyone's hurt. No one's 100%. Okay, with that said, though, are you a little surprised that the Niners defense couldn't get to him more? Well, they were running the ball. They ran the ball for 200 yards against the 49ers. And that's part of what I was talking about just a minute ago. Their ability to run the football now is taking so much pressure off of Sam Darnold. These teams aren't allowing, they can't force the Seattle Seahawks to be one-dimensional. Yeah. If it was all on Sam Darnold, then
he only threw it 17 times.
Correct.
Right? And when 17 times to get him.
And when you can play that type of game where you can run the football, your quarterback is efficient, and you play smothering defense, you're going to be a hard team to beat. Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that defense, because you look all across that defense in every level. Damian, I mean, they're just standouts every position, it seems like.
Yeah, when I watch this defense, obviously it starts with their front, and they got bodies, they got dudes up front that can just get after you and come after you in waves. But the thing that really jumps out to me is the speed in which this defense plays, and what that tells me is they're not running a whole lot of things on defense. They want their guys. They don't want guys thinking a lot. They want guys flying and hitting. Hit, stick. That's all they want to do with the Seattle Seahawks. They got athletes on all 3 levels. Their scheme isn't overly complicated, and those guys are just flying around to the football.
Is this the best defense they've had in Seattle since the Legion of Boom days and they went to the Super Bowl and won it?
No question.
Yeah.
Better or
listen, that's a discussion for another day.
We got time for that?
But those guys are legit.
Okay, we're going to have much more from that game. The earlier game, wild seesaw affair in which the Broncos prevailed over the Bills in overtime. And yet, for all of that, the big came after Sean Payton's post-game news conference.
Yeah, devastating news there in Denver. We had no idea what he was going to say. He did a press conference, came back, and this was the news that he gave, that his starting quarterback is done for the season.
Not good news. On the second to last play in overtime, Bo fractured a bone in his right ankle. He's scheduled to have surgery Tuesday of this week, which will put him out for the rest of the season. Steady's ready to go. And it was the second to last play before he threw the pass to Mims.
You just said Stiddy's going to be ready. We've seen him in bits and pieces here in the preseason. And
Anything, yeah, I would say this in fairness to what you've seen, which is very limited. Yeah, he's ready. He's ready. Like I said this at the beginning of the season, I feel like I've got a two that's capable of starting for a handful of number of teams, and I know he feels the same way. So watch out, watch, just watch.
Well, Stiddy is Jarrett Stidham, the backup quarterback there in Denver. We'll talk about him in a moment. But so Denver has this great win. They're going to be at home again, but now they don't have their starting quarterback. How much of a blow, despite what we just heard from Sean Payton, how much of a blow is this to their chances to go to the Super Bowl?
It's a huge blow. It's one of those things where it seemed like you won the battle but lost the war, because Bo Nix played a phenomenal game. And the one thing that Bo Nix has done so well this season, he's played his best football at the most important points during the game. Late in games, he's been at his best. And clearly in this game, he played in the fourth quarter in overtime. Bo Nix was dealing. He was dealing out there. And so to go out here and win the game in that fashion, only to find out that my guy broke his ankle and now is out for the year, like, that is crushing in the locker room. I don't care how you slice it. It is crushing to those guys in the locker room.
And evidently, clearly, it's not a devastating break, because he was still walking afterwards, did an interview, but just a fracture in the ankle, but it's significant enough that they're going to have to shut him down.
But he's a pretty tough guy, right? He got up from that play where he broke his ankle.
Yeah.
And you could not tell he was hurt at all.
No one realized it.
But you know what? Listen, I've been in a situation where I tore my Achilles actually during a last-minute drive, and the adrenaline just takes over. And I went back and looked at that play multiple times. He was just like, kind of like jogging back.
Right.
Like it was nothing. I didn't even notice anything that would have led me to believe, like, this dude is seriously hurt.
Yeah, and as Michael said, and then he did the full interview with Tracy Wolfson afterwards, didn't mention it, just, very proud of our table. He's got a broken ankle, and he's doing this whole thing. So we just spent a lot of time gushing about the Seahawks. It's a tale of two 1 seeds here. Seattle looks pretty well set up going into next week. The Denver Broncos, they'll be at home next week. What chance do you give them either against the Texans or the Patriots with Jarrett Stidham, by the way, a former Patriot?
I mean, listen, it's a blow. There's no slicing there's no talking one way or the other. It's a blow when you don't have your starting quarterback out there. And by the way, Jarrett Stidham, I don't think the last time he played meaningful game was in 2023.
He hadn't thrown a pass since the 2023 season. It was actually in January 24, and it was an interception.
Correct.
Yeah. So he hadn't thrown a pass in a game.
Think about it. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Going into the AFC Championship
2 seasons without a pass.
Yeah, right. You're going up against either New England or Houston. Both of those teams have elite defenses. Yeah. So this is the challenge that Sean Payton and company is facing going into the AFC Championship game.
Now, it's no surprise here that the Broncos actually came into Saturday 7-1 to win the Super Bowl. But now, plus 370 following the win. But then all of a sudden the news came around that Bo Nix was hurt, and the odds jumped even longer than they were to start the day. I mean, that's not a real surprise, right? Because your starting quarterback is not going to be there for the most important game of the season to this point. Let's show you how this entire game played out, though, because as David said earlier, it was a seesaw affair. We jumped to the fourth quarter. The Broncos are down 27-23 with a minute to go. Nix looking for Marvin Mims Jr.
Look at this pass.
How good was that?
That's an absolute seed. I mean, he dropped that right in the bucket, and Marvin Mims Jr. just held on to it. Great play.
So that gave Denver a 30-27 lead. But you had time for Josh Allen and the Bills to respond. All they need is a field goal to force overtime. He connects with Khalil Shakir.
Eu tenho que concordar que esse jogo também foi inacreditável, incrível, emocionante. Os dois jogos, mano,
that's a Ben Johnson special.
Cara,
Coaches still plays all the time. I've seen Ben Johnson run that many times.
So a couple plays later, it's 4th and 10, and that is Matt Prater from 50 yards, and that was right down the middle. We head to overtime. Now, after a failed Broncos drive, The Bills get the ball, and they can win it if they score. Touchdown, field goal, whatever it is. Allen looking deep here for Brandon Cooks, and he had his man beat, but the ball is underthrown. Cooks comes up with it, but then Jaquan McMillan rips it away from him for the interception.
That is an interception. That is like, you have to not only catch it, but control it when you hit the ground. He does not control it when he hits the ground.
And so McMillan comes up with it. So that's a huge play for Denver. Sean McDermott didn't agree with it, but that's the rule. So Nix and the Broncos, they go down now. Obviously, they win if with a score. And on that play right there, flags come out. Looking for Cortland Sutton, but Taron Johnson is called for pass interference. Now, early on, it looked like Sutton was actually holding Johnson's arm, but the official saw it the other way, and Josh Allen can sort of see the opportunity slipping away. The very next play, there's Nix.
This is the play.
There's the keeper, goes down, a loss, but again, pops up.
Look.
Just didn't realize at the time that's where he suffered the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you see it right here. You're trying to utilize Bo Nix's legs, and it ultimately cost Bo Nix his season.
All right, so what do? You try to go down and get a little more room, looking for the score, and guess what? Another pass interference. This was on Tre'Davious White. Allen upset because he knows all they need to do is kick a field goal, and the Bills' season is over. Will Lutz comes on from 24 yards out. Now, obviously, Allen a little upset. He threw the helmet. At that point, the flag didn't matter. It's a chip shot from 24 yards, and the Broncos are headed to the AFC Championship game. Their first playoff win since they won the Super Bowl with Peyton Manning back against the Panthers. What a night there in Denver, and how about Bo Nix, done for the season after that win?
Tight win in Denver, not so much in Seattle as the Seahawks rout the 49ers. We're happy to be joined by Jackson Smith-Njigba, the NFL's leading receiver this season. Jay has said, unbelievable effort by you guys. Just put into perspective what that performance was like for your team.
It was a great win for us. All three phases of the game came out ready to play, executed off a bye week, and we're excited to keep this thing rolling. Proud of my guys.
But, Jackson, you guys aren't just rolling. I mean, like, you've dominated the Niners in your last two games, and obviously they're a quality team. You see them all the time. But what is it about this current wave of momentum that is making you guys be so efficient in all phases?
Yeah, we believe that we're a great team. We believe that we can go toe-to-toe with anybody. And we have the confidence, we have the quality, we have everything. So I love coming out there with my brothers and, taking over. And that's what you saw tonight.
Hey, we were a little curious all week, Jackson, about the status of your quarterback there. I know he had an oblique injury. Take us inside what was going on with Sam during the week and how well you guys knew about his status and whether he was going to play and play well.
Yeah, tough one throughout the week, but he's a tough guy and he's a soldier, and he wasn't gonna go out there and not perform. He's gonna give it all out there, and we had the utmost confidence in him, so we're super excited. Can't do it without him, and we know he's gonna fight.
You're talking about all three phases, and before you came on with us, we were talking about how good that defense has been all season long, but especially in these last couple of games. From your vantage point, when you're sitting there watching your defense on the field, what do you see in terms of how they can dominate an entire game?
Yeah, I see the dark side, just 12 guys running to the ball. It's unbelievable, the effort. Mike McDonald putting them in great situations, and us as the offense, we know we're going to get opportunities to score. We know that they're going to give us the ball, so it's really just executing on our end. So, best defense in the league, what I told them this week, and, excited to watch them play next week.
The performance was so dominant, they really didn't need the NFL's leading receiver that much today. Just 3 catches for 19 yards.
Light work for JS.
Season low for you. Did you have any sense of what was going on?
Hey, win the game. They couldn't stop our run game. And, I'm very happy with the win, as you see. And, I love playoff football because it's like whatever it takes to win. Winning's all that matters. And I'm just super proud of my guys and super proud that, we get another opportunity next week.
you do get that next week. You get to host the NFC Championship game. So you can obviously celebrate tonight to get ready starting on Monday. But I wonder tomorrow, where are you going to watch the game? How are you going to watch the game? Or are you the guy that don't even want to watch?
Oh, yeah, I'll be watching with my feet up right on my couch. So excited to see, how that shapes up, and we'll be ready.
Well, Jackson, we appreciate the time. Congratulations on the win, and we look forward to – hey, you win next week. Maybe we'll talk to you again on SportsCenter.
Yes, sir. We'll talk soon.
All right, bet. Bet, all right.
Yeah, thank you, Jackson. The new on SportsCenter, here's Kyle Shanahan.
All right, guys. Injuries from the game. Alfred Collins had a shoulder. He returned. Chris McCaffrey with a stinger. Came back for a little bit, but we ended up taking him out. Jake Tonjes had a foot, didn't return. D. Winters got evaluated for concussion, got cleared.
What do you tell your team after this game and after the season that you had?
After seeing this, it's impossible not to point out just how much better Hunkies were from start to finish. From the very first play, the team came in focused, driven by the fans, and simply didn't give the 49ers any room to breathe. When a game starts like this, with such an impact right from the beginning, all the confidence goes to one side. And that's exactly what happened. And on the other side, both the 49ers and the Bills are left with that heavy feeling that things could have been different, right? It's a sadness. An entire season ends up being summed up by mistakes, turnovers, and decisions that didn't work out at the most important moment. And that's what makes the playoffs so cruel. It doesn't matter what you did before, what really sticks is the last game. But let me know in the comments if you agree with me or if you disagree. Subscribe to the channel and leave your like so you don't miss the next videos, which will be just like this one. With that being said, I look forward to seeing you next time.